jungle.
All right, a very good afternoon. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Welcome to our 1 p.m. news bulletin here at Younib TV. My name is Cliffe Omondi. And now, kicking off our reports, a group of lawmakers who went to Addis Ababa to provide moral support for Raila Odinga stated that Africa has missed a chance to be guided by a seasoned Pan-Africanist who could have advanced the continent's prosperity. The legislators from both Azimio and Kenya Kwanza Alliance expressed gratitude to those nations that supported Raila and acknowledged Kenyans for their unity throughout the process. Here is the story.
Of the three candidates on the ballot, Kenya's Raila Amolo Odinga emerged as the front-runner in the first 2 rounds of voting. However, after 6 rounds, and in a spirit of Pan-African unity, he chose to step down, recognizing that after 7 rounds without an outright winner, one securing at least 2/3 of the votes, the election was likely to be deferred, possibly to the next summit. This decision echoes the precedent set in 2012 when a similar election between Jinping and Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma had to be postponed from January to July due to the absence of a decisive outcome. As a true Pan-Africanist, Raila Odinga once again put the interest of the continent before personal ambition, demonstrating statesmanship and unwavering commitment to African unity and progress.
We were very hopeful for a win because we knew the kind of candidate that we had presented to Africa. We knew that Africa would have benefited immensely from Prime Minister Raila's experience, wisdom, and so many things that he's resolute about in his public life. We believe that the Prime Minister cannot be short of things to do given his age-old experience and passion for a better Kenya. So we welcome him home with so much pride, exuberance. We urge all Kenyans to celebrate and grant him a rousing welcome as he returns back home.
We know that Baba still has a lot to offer in Africa and beyond. And so we just say congratulations, Baba. And to all those who supported, I just want to say, thank you very much. We want to say thank you very much. There are many people who use their own resources to come all the way here. People came in buses, people came by air, people came by all means. People pulled cars together to come. We just want to say thank you. And Baba is extremely loved.
I do not think that the loss that Baba withdrew at the 6th round in any way affects the broad-based arrangement. And I foresee in Kenya the union between ODM, UDA and other parties getting even stronger.
And still to the news related to the AUC elections, Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki has urged former Prime Minister Raila Odinga to re-enter local politics and collaborate with the Kenya Kwanza administration within a broad-based framework to help keep the country united. Here is Kithure Kindiki speaking.
We just want to ask that the President and the former Prime Minister and all the leaders will continue working together to build the unity of Kenya, secure peace and stability for our country, the same way we were working together in that project, even if we didn't succeed. I pray going forward that the President, the retired Prime Minister, and all leaders, present and past, will work for national unity so that we can move the development of our country to the next level.
And the blame game has commenced after Raila Odinga's unsuccessful bid for the African Union Commission chairmanship. Kalonzo Musyoka, the leader of Wiper Party, is blaming President William Ruto and alleging that his administration is damaging Kenya's reputation and causing Raila to lose the top position. have a look.
Jambo hili tusifurahie, liko na aibu, limeleta aibu kwa sura ya nchi ya Kenya. And I place the blame squarely on on Mheshimiwa William Samoei Arap Ruto, who was a chief campaigner. Alikuwa na nia yake nyingine pengine kwamba akimsukuma Raila basi atakuwa na easier time. He was a candidate of a country called the Republic of Kenya. Sasa watu wanaangalia ile bendera ya Kenya inabebwa pale, ni the same bendera watoto walikuwa wanabeba na chupa ya maji na simu kufanya valid demonstrations na wakauawa, and no explanation. So anasema huyu ni yule rais aliua watoto, ndiye amepresent candidate hapa. These young Kenyans have ability to lobby anybody anywhere.
And away from AUC election stories, Baringo Senator William Kipkorir Cheptumo has died at the age of 57 after battling undisclosed illness. Cheptumo's death was revealed by Speaker of the Senate Amason King yesterday. Kenyan leaders led by President William Ruto have since streamed their messages of condolences to the family and friends of the senator, describing him as an astute leader who dedicated his life to public service.
Pole kwa wananchi wote wa Baringo kwa sababu Cheptumo alikuwa anapendwa na kila mtu.
Poleni sana. Tunajua tumepoteza mtu wa maana katika hii Baringo. Hata saa hizi tukikaa hivi tunashangaa ni nani ndiye atasimba hiyo pengo ya Cheptumo.
Ameweza kutuunganisha tukiwa watu wa Baringo na wa Baringo North na watu wengi ambao tumejuana sana, wakiwemo Mheshimiwa Waziri wa Internal Security, tumejua yeye na amekuwa rafiki wetu kupitia yeye. Cheptumo alianzisha mambo ya basari ambayo alipeleka mpaka chini ya miti, wananchi wakagawa hiyo pesa kwa heshima, tunamkumbuka kwa hiyo.
It's quite unfortunate that he passed on before actualizing his dream of addressing the people of Baringo from the chambers of Baringo County Assembly, and I wish, that's the only regret that I have, that we did not give him an opportunity to address him from the county assembly.
And now to matters education, the Education Cabinet Secretary Migos Ogamba has provided assurances to schools that the government is working to address concerns related to the delay in school capitation disbursement. Speaking during the 60th anniversary celebrations of Kereri High School in Kisii Town, Ogamba confirmed that the government plans to release an additional 15 billion shillings in the upcoming week. Let's have a look.
The cohorts that were affected by that ruling in terms of first years and second years, we were able to ensure that resources were released to them using other programs that we had in place, other methods that we had in place, and the resources have already been released to the students as we speak. The 50% that was supposed to be released this term, for secondary schools, we've released 25% of that portion. So there's another 14 or 15 billion that is pending, and that figure is going to be released next week. We are aware of the strain that the schools are going through, and we're doing everything possible to make sure that the resources arrive in school for them to be able to continue.
We have many teachers who are qualified for promotion. The Teacher Service Commission, instead of employing teachers professionally, there is politicization of employment in this country.
Promotions come depending on available spaces and depending on how you perform, then they'll be done. And it's being done by TSC, and as you are aware, TSC is an independent body. We've just completed the interviews, and they are now undertaking the exercise of analyzing to see who is going to be promoted.
The tourism industry has been jacked up after the arrival of 2 cruise ships at the port of Mombasa. More than 1,000 tourists are expected to visit various tourist attraction sites in the coastal area, including national parks and beaches.
to clear especially the migration, to be able to clear the passengers, to be able to undertake the excursions, because the ship will be leaving in the evening. So it has a very tight schedule that everybody must be able to do what is required to do. The ground handling staff, I also want to appreciate them, because before even the ship arrived, the ground handling staff were already here, ready to take the passengers. So for me, I don't want to say much today, but maybe invite one or two questions from you. But the sport, I want to say that the port is very busy. You can see the number of ships that we are having in this port today. It demonstrates the efficiency, the support the government has been giving us to be able to handle all these vessels at the same time and to be able to facilitate trade. As you have heard also the captain saying, the port of Mombasa is the gateway to Eastern Central Africa, and it is a gateway also for the cruise tourism also. Kwa kuja kwa hizi meli mbili za kubeba abiria inamaanisha mambo mengi sana kwa Kenya. Number one, inaonyesha tourism inakuwa zaidi. Hata saa hii kwa zile mahoteli ziko hapa, they are fully booked, because our tourists wote wakikuja hapa, wote wanataka kutembea hapa, wanataka kwenda kwa game reserves. Unamesikia hata kuna wengine wanataka kwenda kucheza golf. Na kuwa na passenger ship ikae kwa port siku 6 inamaanisha mambo mengi sana. Na kile tu tungesema tu ni kushukuru the county government of Mombasa na serikali kuu kwa kuiwekesha usalama kwa bandari na kwa Kenya, sababu tourist huwa siku zote wanaenda pale kuna usalama. Na hii ni hakikisho kuwa serikali imeweka usalama kwa hali ya juu, ndio unaona passengers tourist wanakuja hapa kwa hii port yetu. Na sisi kama KPA tunafuraha sana, sababu hii ni siku ya kwanza bandari hii kuweza kupokea meli mbili safari moja ya passenger kumarket Kenya na kumarket cruise tourism. Na ndio unaona hizi meli zinakuja ni serious marketing ile sisi tunafanya, na tutazidi kuwekeza kwa cruise. Kitu moja ile ni ya maana sisi wote tujue ni kuwa kama bandari mara nyingi sisi hatuangalii kuwa tunapata nini. Sisi tunaangalia nchi inapata nini, county inapata nini. Saa hii ukiangalia zaidi ya magari zaidi ya 200 au 300 zimekuja bandari kubeba passengers, na hiyo yote inamaanisha watu wamepata kazi, watu wamepata ajira. Tunataka kuzidi kupanua sekta ya tourism kwa kusupport, kufanya infrastructure support na kuzidi kumarket hii nchi yetu.
And closing our bulletin, the Bishop of Machakos Catholic Diocese, His Lordship Norman Kingo, has called on the Kenyan lawmakers to prioritize healthcare despite challenges experienced. Bishop Kingo urged the parliamentarians to ensure that healthcare services are not compromised at any given time. Acknowledging the government's current shortcomings, Kingo reiterated that they should not be used as excuse to unwarranted health services. He was speaking at the annual pilgrimage ceremony at the Komarok Shrine in Matungulu sub-county. Here is the story.
Ukiona vijana wanaingia pale na kupiga kelele, kuna kitu mmepoteza waheshimiwa. Maybe the government is going through difficult times, but their services such cannot be compromised. We treat people, and any failure may result to death or health complications. Kwa hivyo mkienda bunge, mkiwa na hayo mambo mengine, you have to tell Pokuse or the man from Mount Elgon, angalie why we are not being paid. We have been talking about it, we are being taken in circles, but we have to talk. It's painful when patients come, like the policemen here, who take care of us, and we can't treat you. We have medicine, we have doctors, you are sick, we want to treat you. But the problem is that we are not being paid.
And with that story from the Catholic Diocese of Machakos brings us to the end of our bulletin. Thanks for joining us and making this a success. My name is Cliffe Omondi, and this is Younib TV.